Hey everybody, always Dizzy here. Going to start with puzzle streak of 40 before I play any games. I'm a minute in here. Let's get started. The only thing I can see is taking on G7. But I don't know what we're doing after Rook F8. I'm going to play that. Okay, I want to look at this one with the engine. Because after Rook F8, then Bishop H6. Okay, I missed that. Okay, give me the next one. Come on. We are white. We are white. Bishop takes as a lifeline. We are black. Fork. I'm tired, man. Oh man, I'm sleepy. Sorry, I'm so I'm so tired. The line I keep looking at is Queen F7, Rook F7, E takes F7, King F8, and then Knight E6 check. But then he can just go Queen takes E6, and that's the line I keep thinking about. This is rated 1500. Why? I don't. What? Oh, maybe it's taking on F7 and then Queen A8. Wow, that's I feel that's underrated. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't understand it for so long. At least I solved it eventually. I think I can take the bishop. Should be able to take everything. That was the worst puzzle ever. I like this check. Whoops. We have F6. Whew, that one was... This is a tough batch. You'd think it shouldn't matter how I take. But I'm actually not up any material here. So tired. I don't know. I don't know the continuation here. I'm gonna take it as a queen, but I don't. This might just be a bad puzzle. Yeah. So why like? This is just a bad puzzle. That's a terrible puzzle. We are up 2 pawns though, and this. Okay, maybe it's not terrible, but it's not a good puzzle. I don't like that one. Okay, trying to stay awake. Literally trying to stay awake. Eyes want to shut. Eyes wide shut. I feel like this might be retrievable, capturable. I guess I could open this up. If I do that right away, he can take here, and he's on my bishop though. It's still good for me, but I'm wondering if I should take here first. But then he can go rook e8, and this doesn't have its oomph. I could also take the knight first, but that doesn't really do anything. No, I think we have to take and then take on e7. Should be a zugzwang issue. Both of these moves look good. Oh, not to d3 because he can attack it. So maybe bishop f3. He's got this, so maybe I have to go h5. So h5. Hello. Well, let me see if I remember how to pronounce it. Deval. Hello, Deval. Did I get it right? I'm trying to remember. Actually, why don't I just push d5? That makes the most sense. So he can give us a check, but I just stay on his bishop. Or I just take the pawn. Okay. So let's look at the check because it is a check. Now, can he afford to take? Almost. But I think that's a little bit better for me. Not by much. Really not by much. But I think it is a little bit better. So I think he needs to play king f1. And then there's a fork. So Yeah, okay. Don't like that puzzle. Okay, I think I can take, and then I've got pants. Okay, we are black. Check. But if I keep going, check. Check. Sack everything. It's close. I do want to start here though. Check. So bishop e3, king h1. So many moves that we could play from there. Oh, excuse me. You know, I mean, it might be good enough just to take on d4 after that. Or maybe I grab the knight here. But I'm going to lose my bishop. No, maybe not. I can come back. But is that so clear? I'm up, what? A pawn? No, I'm not even up a pawn. It's equal material there. Black seems better, but... And I'm threatening bishop b5 there. He has... Yeah, that's going to be hard for him to deal with. That seems good. But there also seems to be so many options here. For example, why not take the knight right away? Well, okay, I am going to do this. And I think we just take it and reroute it to b5. I don't think our knight is participating. In this. Yeah. I don't think it's the greatest puzzle. Well, I don't think it was the greatest puzzle. Okay, we have a check. And then a check. He has to block with bishop c3. I could then sack. Take, check, king b1. Technically, I have bishop a3 there. Queen e2. That's like 10 lines, 10 moves. No, we don't take on c3. We then go bishop a3, and it's a Boden's mate. It's a Boden's mate. Very nice. Ooh, I'm happy about getting that. Okay. So we take, and then we have the opposition. That's good. Now. Now we go, yeah, we just still take it because he can still block us off. So we have to go straight. Do the fork. I mean, come on. I am down material here, but only a rook. So unless there's a mate I'm missing, I'm going here. And you know, again, unless I'm missing a mate. Okay, that's just a stupid puzzle. I don't know what that was about. Attack the queen. He has 2 squares. And then check. Sorry, that's not a check. I mean, I can take on f7. Does this do anything? I don't know. Rook f4 does kind of look good. Rook f4. Let's just say. Well, no, never mind. Okay, but rook f1, same idea. So let's just say rook h2, and then rook takes or knight takes, and that just looks good, right? It just looks good. Yeah, that was not a great puzzle either. Not a great batch. So we have a check. If he blocks, does this trap his queen? It does, believe it or not. And in fact, I might be able to just do that regardless, which is amazing. What a find. What a find. Whoops. I almost fell for it. He can take. But same idea. Queen is trapped. The safer way to do it. So he needs to block. And then I can still just take. Yeah. And we're done. And that was a good ass session. Under 23 minutes. I'll get one wrong on purpose now. So that was a good session. 23 minutes. And there are a lot of bad puzzles in that batch. Probably at least 5. At least 5. So that was a good run. I'm going to play a game now. Even though I can barely keep my eyes open. I did do some stuff today, so I don't feel quite as bad about... Okay, so this is, what is this? The Grob? This can't be the Grob, can it? Is this the Grob? It should be the Grob. Now, can I remember how to play against it? I think we take, then what is it, C3 or something? C4. Yeah. This is I take the Grob seriously because it is tricky. Now, I think we want to allow white to take B7. So I think it's E6 or C6. One of the two. Could be knight F6. Who knows? I don't think it's knight F6 though. But I know that I don't want to fight this. So C6, queen B3. And I'm going to let him... I'm not sure about the C6. It's all I remember is that we let him take on B7. That would be amazing. So I think I screwed up with the C6. Actually, I guess I could take and then I can come back here. But he's still... No, I guess I could do that, right? Could I? Can I? I don't know. Yeah, so we let him take this. So knight F6 or E6 now. I don't think it matters. I mean, there's this, but then I'm defending, so yeah, I don't think it matters. So after queen b7, knight bd7. It's probably a little bit safer to do it this way. We do it with the pawn, just so the bishop's open. And yeah, we don't fight it. Well, I thought I was going to take the pawn. So here, I could offer a trade. Except I blundered. Oh, I knew that was going to eventually. Yeah. Yeah. So I should have played the knight f6. Oh well. Okay, we have a Dutch. Good old Dutch. I think I'm going to take... I don't know if I should have taken it or not, but it's what I did. Actually, castling here, there might be d5. Nah, we're still okay. Okay, and now... So I don't think b6 is good here because of f3. So I'm thinking knight c6 or d6, and they'll probably transpose. If d5, yeah, we just come here, so I think this is right. And still there's f3 if I play b6. So I think now d6. And if d5, knight e5 still. Okay, this guy's fast. So now e5. Now e5. Oh man, I'm really loving the Dutch lately. I just really loving it. Okay, e4. This guy knows, like, he's confident. I guess I'm pushing. And then if d5, I guess I'm still going to play knight a5. Feeling a little lonely over there, though. I don't know if I want that. Okay, I'll do it. So he might try putting his knight on b3. What's nice is, look at all my pawns are on dark squares and I have a light squared bishop. That's nice. I'd like, this bishop is absolutely terrible for white. I'd like to trade this one off. So he's trying for this and then he wants to push here. So b6 answers both of those issues. Defending c5 and giving my knight an escape route. Do we want the knight here? I don't know if it's worth the trip. Let's just move the queen to where it can attack on the king side. I forgot there's this queen a4 is actually in like the Nimzo. This is an idea. It's just simply attacking the c4 pawn. And I might do that here. It's funny because It's so obvious when you see it, just queen a4. Yeah. What's cool about the Dutch is because I come from a Nimzo background, and so there's just so many properties of the Nimzo that you can apply to the Dutch. Now, I don't know if I need to worry about this so much. Maybe, but I'm not going to. I don't think I want to open all this crap up. His bishops open up. No. So here. I could actually take here and then knight here. Wow. Do we want to do that? And with which piece? With the knight? Hitting the bishop. You know, he moves back. I don't really have a follow-up. If I get rid of the knight, yeah, that makes a bit less sense, right? Except, then I got this rook left. Yeah, but sorry, taking on g4 is certainly interesting. Boom, boom. Technically, I could take on c3 there. Oh boy, the thing is, I don't need to do this because I'm already winning, but it's so freaking tempting. Oh, is that tempting? Not going to do it, but it's hard not to. Yeah, that's taking willpower. Oh, that is taking willpower. That's just, my pawns are so good here. He might sack it back. Yeah, I'm not going to do it, but okay. So tempting that was. But still is. So I could probably do here. I don't know if I want to go that far away. Yeah, I don't think I want. I don't know if I want to go that far away. Could still sack it. But he's got this after. Okay, we'll see if this is a mistake, blocking my bishop. These are a little offside. He's the one that sacks the exchange. Okay. I could sack it back. I don't know how bad this is for me. So g6, we go h6. Wait, sorry. I mean, he didn't sack it. Yeah. So he sacked a piece for 2 pawns? No, 1 pawn. Okay. There's a pawn here. There's a fork. I could actually take. Yeah, this simplifies. Okay. Which one, eh? If we take this way, he has to take with the king. We want this one, actually. Because then I can take the A2 pawn. How do I draw arrows? Just right click and drag. So now I can take the C3 pawn. I think I will take it. And we're just up a bishop now. Okay, so we can continue to come in. Yeah, and circles, you just right click anywhere. But do you know how to do different colors? Forget how to do green. But anyways, I'm getting a bit low on the clock, so I gotta focus here. If he comes up, then I can give a check. Okay, let's. He's just coming in here. Okay, I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, and then when I get the chance, rook f8. The pawns are still dangerous. So rook e3. We're giving a check. I'm not sure which one I want. We'll go here. So he comes back, and then I can. There we go. Simplify again. So he can block there, but now I can. Oh, so he can kind of trap me. No, okay, yeah, we're gonna come in here. I almost blended this. Okay, let's bring that back. I'm getting in trouble here. So if f5, just remain calm. Remain calm. The pawns are scary, and I have no time on the clock. I could sack this at this point, and maybe I will. Those pawns are getting a little too scary. A little too scary for my liking. If I can trade a queen or a rook, I'm happy. So he needs to avoid trading a queen or a rook. I'd prefer, I mean, he's got this check, but it's just one check. So I'm fine with that. It's just one check. And now we attack. And I might have to go rook h5. Oh no, I've got mate in 2. So he's got to go to the F file. And then so do we want to do it this way? No, I think I want to do it this way. I mean, but can I calculate this in time? Okay, we'll do it this way. I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I can go here. I could also force this, which would be simple. I'm looking for something faster. Okay, keep it simple because I'm at 43 seconds. We got to play the clock or factor in the clock here. So after king f2, then I just grab one of the pawns. and it's gonna be tight. That seems like a mistake because now I can trade the rooks off. So he's not playing too well. Now it's because he should have kept the rooks on. This lets me trade off the rooks. He needs to go here. Must be a kid because he's not resigning. Okay. I'm going to block him. No, will I block him? No, he resigned eventually. If he played another 2 moves, I would have blocked him. But okay, another Dutch win. We like the Dutch wins. We like the Dutch wins. Okay, let's take a look at that from the beginning. Yeah, it's a Dutch. And the benefit of taking unprovoked is we force the double pawns, play it like an IMSO. And I believe the computer doesn't like b6 here because it's kind of like the Moke variation in the NIMSO, like f3. It kind of blunts the bishop. So I could be wrong, but I think usually when the knight comes to e2, the computer doesn't like this. So yeah, I played knight c6. I think d6 probably transposes. Might even be the safer way to play. But they probably just transpose. And he played e4. I played f4. Not 100% sure that's what is best here, but it seemed to make sense to me. Yeah, this move doesn't really make any sense to me. Queen h4, because what's he planning to do there? Doesn't make sense. And yeah, I just went for this NIMSO idea of attacking c4 pawn. So we're up a pawn, and you didn't know what to play here, so I just played a5. Really didn't know what to do. I was strongly considering, I calculated bishop g4, and it was very tempting. Very tempting. Could maybe even take with the queen because I'm threatening to take here. But it just seemed unnecessary because I'm already winning. So he felt desperate and he sacked. And then, yeah. So even if I didn't have this tactic, I can just simplify with knight d3. I'm already up a piece for a pawn. So I'm already winning here. Yeah, he was a bit impatient with how he played. Let's take a look at that with the engine. My consistency, yeah, I've been streaming almost every day for like 7 years or something. Oh, my voice is gone. So that's the graph. That's what we like to see. But yeah, yeah, losing my voice. Oh my God. Just wanted to, so yeah, f4 was fine. It's actually saying we can take on e4 as well. And the computer seems to prefer that. I didn't like this, so. Yeah, I don't like that. It seems like white's pieces are all opening up. It's suggesting bishop g4. And then it wants to take, and then, okay, bishop's overloaded, so takes with a queen. Okay, I guess he might have pieces over, I don't know, okay, I guess, really? What about d5? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like opening this up. That's what the computer wants to do, though. But f4 was not bad. And then the rest of the game doesn't really matter. Except I was curious if I could have sacked the bishop instead of a5 here. Yeah, apparently that's the top move, and I was really considering it. It just seemed unnecessary. It just totally seemed unnecessary. So I didn't want to take the risk. So I'll play another game. But yeah, my voice is gone. Okay, Nimzo Larson. Knight c3. Okay, I'm going to play e6. So against b3, I basically create this triangle setup. What is the guy doing? Interesting. I'm just going to continue with my triangle setup. He's playing very oddly. Oh my God, I just lost. I hung my bishop. That's funny. I'm not even angry. Maybe I can go bishop d6. So let's try that. I don't know. How did he deal with that, actually? He's got to push the e-pawn. And then okay. But my bishop is still trapped. Wonder if it was better to move the queen. No, it won't be trapped anymore because he can't push his g-pawn. He can't push the g-pawn, so now I can just sit pretty. I think I want here because then he can't hit this. If I do this, then he can kick my bishop out, and then I'm losing. I guess then I'm losing the piece again, right? Because then he has g4 and then here. So I like this for that reason, but then he's got e4. Oh, and it gets really complicated. So bishop f5, e4. Might even go here. Okay, let's keep it complicated. Yeah, so e4, I might go d4. What is going on in this game? This is the craziest game ever, and I love it. Maybe h6, just to give my bishop an out. Just to give my bishop, and I don't want to spend too much time calculating the efficient way to keep the bishop here. So let's just give it an out. And his king's in the middle, so I want to attack. Although no, we want to open up. Yeah, we want it opened up. And we will keep opening it up, I think. Okay. So this threatens a check. He's still alive there, but could that really be good for him? Maybe knight f6. He comes in, we just move somewhere. What an interesting game. Okay, yeah, let's go knight f6. Queen f3 is impossible. Okay, so now he closes down his bishop. And now I can IC2 or f2. So Which, how about, yeah, this way, because then we're hitting e5. So let's do it this way. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't suggest moves while I can still make them, because it's unfair. But you can certainly say it after I can't play it anymore. You can say last move. What about X? Okay, so yeah, so I was planning to just take on E5 here. We have other options as well. Actually, I have a fork. I think I'm going to go for the fork. The fork still works. Hello, programming archives. He needs to move the queen. And he probably wants to come in there. I can take the rook. He takes the bishop. I come back. And that looks pretty good. So let's go with that. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know now. I thought he was playing really interesting chess, but maybe he was just playing bad chess from the beginning. I don't I don't know. But the game's not over. So I could attack his rook. I could attack his knight. I could attack 2 pawns. No, 1 pawn. This just lets him untangle everything. Maybe I can give a check. Then he comes back here. I'm not really gaining anything out of all of that. But I'm getting pressure off of G7. Am I, though? I just assumed he can't do this. I mean, I don't know. This should be okay. Check. Knight f3. Knight d7. We should be okay there. Now, what about this check? Okay, I'm going to go knight d7 because I can always take on h5 later. Unless, is his rook trapped? Oh my god. Good eye. Yeah, I've done enough puzzles now. This would be a puzzle for sure. Where you just get this position. The rook is trapped. That's funny. So if he attacks me, I have his Zwischenzug. Okay, rook is trapped. Yeah, Zwischenzug. I don't think there's a fork or anything tricky. So we take and we pin. I don't know what I think about this. So we attack. Are you coming here? He doesn't have a good discovery though. Munch. Oh god. Okay, I'm running out of squares a little bit. Okay, we're going to retreat a little bit. I don't want to get too far in there. He can keep attacking. In fact, it almost traps me, although I'm mostly hitting the knight. Okay, curious what that is about. Oh, he's just making a random move, so I play here. Come on. Actually, this is still dangerous. Yeah, because I can't take the pawn, right? I'm going to have to start hiding there. But yeah, let's start to untangle a little. You might want bishop d6. And can I go here? F5. I like them both. How do I choose? I think I'm going to go F6. If rook G1, I take. Take here is not a big problem. So if I take what's a knight, I'm going to take what's the knight. Oh, whoops! I did miss that, but we're up material, so it's fine. I think I want to kind of get out of here, but yeah, I did miss this. But we're up a queen for a rook. Not sure what he's thinking about here. He's not going to find better. Like rook F1, I guess rook F1. What is he doing? I guess, can he do that? So he comes in here. I might just sack the exchange. I don't understand this guy. And it's kind of free. I can't predict his moves. They don't make any sense. None of them do. They don't make any sense. Okay, and then where do we want to go? It's kind of scary to come in here just because it's kind of like my queen is a little limited in scope, but I've got this whole diagonal to play with. If he attacks me, I can take the pawn, or I could sack the exchange. Might actually sack the exchange. Okay. Actually, I've got it. No, I don't have his position. Actually, I do. I actually do have its Wishin Zug. It wasn't necessary. And this should just be when I can even go with the king. Right? I was originally going to take the bishop, but I think this is even better. So I don't know. It's a weird game. I mean, sometimes my opponents play so well, and then sometimes they don't. So it's really kind of strange. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, let's take a look at that from the beginning. So it was a Nimzo Larsen. Knight c3 is already a strange move. Possibly just simply d4 is best, but I don't know. I didn't want to get overextended, have two pawns on, or have two pieces on the fourth rank by move 4. No, this would be by move 3 if I did that. It just felt a little strange. And he just played strange. I don't know if this was a mouse slip, but he played this way the whole game. It was really strange. But then again, no. Yeah, I fell for it again. I just didn't see this trapping my bishop. I would fall for I'd fall for this every single time, like in a blitz game. It reminds me of a Noah's Ark trap. It's like similar idea. I love it. But then I found this nice little putting something on this diagonal idea, because then it blocks the G pawn, right? But he continued to play strange with h5. And I decided to open up the position because his king's on e2, delayed bong cloud. Yeah, get this fork. Then he drops the queen, very strange. Then his rook gets trapped here. It was not going too well for him. I do drop the exchange in a bit, but it didn't matter because I'm up so much material. And he never even took it. Yeah, it was a really weird game. I'll look at it with the engine, but only quickly. Okay. We'll take that. We will take that. So there's a little hiccup here. Oh yeah, c6 because of f3, and but I did find the best move. Apparently, I'm still okay after bishop h5 though. How come? Oh wait. Oh, I guess we had bishop e7 here. But we also had d4. It just gives us another opportunity to play bishop e7, I think. Yeah, okay, so I had bishop e7 resource too. Okay, I'm going to play another one, but my voice is already strained. Oh, it started getting strained after like half an hour. Playing another opponent from India, but this is an unestablished account on Rapid, that is. Okay. And here's another one, 40 games. No. Okay, there we go. 3,000 games. Okay, we have a Sicilian, a hyper-accelerated dragon, okay. Play the Moraxi bind against it. Defend the d4 square here. It's going to be a tough game though. So defend e4. Actually, could I have taken last move? No. So even here, if we take, I think that he takes with the b pawn. But then I've got e5, because that's why I think they have to play d6 to stop e5, right? So I feel like he might have did he misplay this? Because if he takes it to b pawn, e5, and I think we're sitting pretty there. Like knight g8, I think we like that. So he must take what's a d pawn, and I still like that. So I think he misplayed this. I think in the accelerated dragon, even the normal dragon, d6. So I think this was a misplayed position. He might go, no, you can't do that. So he's got to go knight g8. But then what do I do? That's the $1 million question. Now what? I'm sure this is good for white, probably +1. But now what? Now what? Maybe it's not even good for white. Maybe it's Maybelline. I could go bishop e2 and just get on with the program. Does he have queen a5? I mean, I can defend it, but yeah, I mean, I think this is right for, like, I think this is good for white, but I don't know the follow-up. Oh, I just dropped the pawn. Oh, and he can't believe it. He thinks I planned. I didn't even mean to drop the pawn. I forgot about my poor pawn. No soldier left. No pawn left behind. Yeah, not in this case. Oh man, I just totally forgot about it. And he's wondering, because I thought for a long time there, and he's wondering, like, what is this? This is some weird prep? No, it's a blunder. I just totally forgot. Which I don't mind though, because hopefully next time I get this position, I'm going to remember what the best move is. But it can't be bishop e2. I don't know what it was, but I just dropped a pawn. I can't believe it. We both blundered in the opening. Embarrassing. Avert your eyes. This is not pretty. I shouldn't be leaning back. I'm trying to improve my posture. I think part of the reason my throat is so strained is because I've got like silent reflux, and so keeping my posture better should help with preventing acid reflux. Okay, let's just castle before I embarrass myself any further. But that was, I just dropped my pawn, you know. I mean, this is not a pretty game. I might just want to go after his f pawn, his g pawn. Excuse me. Or I could do it this way. But he can play h5. Okay, let's do it. Let's go with the f pawn. He might go rook b8. That might be what I would do here. Yeah, I see. Because that's the threat. He wants to trade queens. And I just kind of dropped a pawn. I have to, I got to come back here. Oh, I just dropped a pawn no matter what. I suck. Oh, wait, no, I've got this, right? So I guess I can play b3. It's still kind of dangerous though, but oh, okay. So he might play e6 to get this going. Nope. So f5. He just ignores it though. I mean, or he comes here or something. Okay, I'm going to play it though. Because what else am I going to do? I dropped a pawn. So I can't believe I dropped a pawn. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, and my opponent couldn't believe it. That's why he was thinking so long before he took it. Because he's like, what is this? Okay. I might take and then sack. Because I'm desperate. So let's take, and it wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't already down a pawn. Did I mention that I'm down a pawn? Not sure if you guys were aware. I just feel, I'm down a pawn. I feel I got to go all in, but that's a lot. That is a lot. Plus, I've got nothing there. Come on. I can't do that. You just got to play down a pawn. That's your penalty for being a dumbass. So maybe c5. Maybe he's got rook b4. I don't like rook b4. I don't like anything here. I don't want to take because his bishop's improving. I'm just so upset about losing that pawn. It was important to me. Okay, I got to do it. I'm down a pawn. I have to go all in. I can't just play it slow. So now we're down the exchange. Used to be a pawn. Now it's the exchange. But he's got no defenders here. Namely, no defenders of the dark squares. So, but I only have a queen. Like, I don't have a dark squared bishop. That would be a different story. And if this knight was only a little closer, even a couple squares closer, things might be different. Okay, this threatens mate, or the idea of it anyways. He doubles up. But then we have a kill box. Oh, I gotta be careful though, because there's stuff. Okay, no, we can go rook f1. And then we have a kill box. We're threatening a kill box. If only Ryan was here. But I have to be careful of him cutting off. Actually, this is almost a threat if I wasn't threatening queen f7 here. Because I'm going to lose the bishop. I wonder if I could come into h5 and then takes. Okay, so this is no longer a threat at the moment. But I've got the kill box coming again. Boom. Oh my God, that's looking pretty damn good. Is he quick enough? I don't even know if he's quick enough there. Kill box time. Oh my God, if I get a kill box. Oh, he's got this. Ah, damn. It's his only move, I think. Yeah. Damn, too bad, eh? I almost had something. Yeah, I think that might have been the only defense. That sucks. That's too bad. Vivek says there's also queen c5. Queen c5. That doesn't help. How did that help, mate? Oh, it was a check. It was check, right? Okay. Anyways, I think I have to go to d4. It's a hard pill to swallow. Hard pill to swallow. So he takes on c4. And I mean, I really don't have anything. I can't trade queens. But I just blundered a pawn out of the opening. Did I mention that? First time I've mentioned it. Okay, let's get rid of that pawn. And I think this will be my last game because I shouldn't be dropping a pawn on move 6 or whatever it was. Like, there's no excuse. Never an excuse for that. But I'm still happy with like finding that kill box thing because that's I wouldn't have seen that probably a year ago. Just bring in all the pieces and hope for some miracle. You hope for some miracle. That's one less piece in the attack now. So now I've got 3 pieces. But oh, he's got this. Okay, I'm going to have to play knight c5. Well, okay, no, he sees this, but he's wondering if he can give up the exchange. That's what he's calculating here. And I think I might go for that. Because I'll be down 2 pawns. I have no chance, but okay, so he takes care of that first. Now, I think I do want to slip in there. Because why wouldn't I? And then look at this. So he gets in here. But it's okay. Let's just do it. So here, I don't know. Queen G5. I just want to make him sweat a little before I lose. That's all I you know, make him work for it. Make him sweat a little. Just make him sweat a little. Like I honestly, I don't have anything here. I just, yeah, make him feel a bit of pain. Actually, I might have a check. Oh wait, he can come back. How does that work? That's not fair. Okay. He can always come here. That sucks. That sucks. So I don't know what I'm threatening here. Maybe this. He just moves the bishop though. So moves the bishop, but then I can do a double check. He still just comes back. It's not fair. Here, he still comes back. But then check. Boom, still comes back. Actually, I can't even do that other check. I still have nothing. If I only had a little bit more, I mean, one more piece, I can do it. I need some other piece somewhere close by. Then maybe I can do it. This isn't enough because he had 3 pieces defending and a king. It's just not enough. I am threatening mate in 2 though. Technically mate in 3. This is serious still. This knight is very strong. At least I'll feel okay about the loss now because I'm making him feel some pain. This is some pain. He might have to come back here. But then, oh, can he do that? That's what he's wondering. He can. So I can't actually take the rook. Bing, bang. What? He screwed up. He screwed up. It's mate. Oh my goodness. What a comeback. Oh my God. I honestly can't believe it. Like, I drop a pawn on move like 5. Then I sack the exchange to get this attack and just go all in. And wow. I don't know how, wow. I'm surprised that he blew that because he had ways to defend, but I don't know. The knight was very strong on f6, and I guess that's what happens if you put the pressure on. I'm not, because this is not my style, right? I'm not an aggressive player, so I'm not used to this. I know some people do this. This is how they win. They just attack, but that's the one thing that I'm missing out on not being an aggressive player, and that I am envious of aggressive players, is that when you're attacking, it's that pressure you put on your opponent. The way I play chess, I don't put any pressure on my opponent. They're carefree because I play very solid and like my favorite player is Petrosian. So I'm very defensive, prophylactic, and safe, positional. And I never put pressure on my opponent. And so it's nice to experience this, is what I'm saying. But it also feels kind of cheap. Because I was always worse. I was always losing. Okay, so let's take a look at that game from the beginning. But it was not a pretty start. So we had a hyper-accelerated dragon. And I do believe he messed up here and with a6. Like, I could be wrong, but I think it's d6 first because of e5. Yeah, because I just played e5 here, but then I just got carried because I didn't know what to do here, and then I just forgot about my e5 pawn. So I could, like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not good for white because it is kind of overextended. I don't know if we can play f4. I think it might be okay. I don't like overextending pawns, but it seems to be okay because I have a bishop on e3, so he's not really going to exploit the g1 a7 diagonal anytime soon. But I just dropped the pawn, and then I couldn't get over it psychologically. I just, so even here I'm starting to kind of press forward because I can't play it slow because I'm just down a pawn, but maybe I should have. And yeah, so here I sacked the exchange. I'm all in. And yeah, and then I love this rook h4 because it's just a kill box. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, so I think he has to play queen d8. The only, sorry. No, oh yeah, I guess he could do it this way too, right? No, 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 because I'm still going here. So I think, yeah, I think he has to go queen d8. No, I wonder if he would have had d4, like check and then d4. No, I was thinking this, but I got that covered twice. Oh, my voice. Yeah, so didn't want to trade queens. I don't want to go here because I'm going to lose at least a pawn, but I can't afford to trade queens. And so, yeah, again, give him another pawn. So I gave him two extra pawns here. I just can't trade queens, which is a good decision. This is a good practical decision or pragmatic one because I'm already down the exchange. I can't afford to just trade queens because I've got nothing. I'll have nothing. And I just had to hope for a miracle. And I think I said it during the stream. That's my only chance here. So I let him grab all these pawns. Didn't want to give him a chance to queen, so I took this one. And then bring in all the pieces to the party. I forget where I heard it or read it, but I forget if it was a grandmaster that said, I think it was a grandmaster. It might have been, I think it was, I heard a rumor that it was Kasparov that said this, that if you have three pieces, if you can get three of your pieces in this quadrant, like against a king, that you'll win. Like there will be a checkmate, like 95% or something. I don't know, but I heard that somewhere. I don't know if any of you have heard about it. If you have, let me know. But if you can get three pieces, like any three pieces in this box against a king, it doesn't matter where they are, that there'll be a mate. I did hear that somewhere. Also, I once had a lesson with a grandmaster, and his whole lesson was this idea of numbers. So that you just want an overwhelming cumulative total of your pieces attacking. And if you have like an overwhelming number, that you should just win. There should be a winning attack. And so, right, like I end up getting these three pieces attacking the king. And so that is what? 8 plus 9. So it was 17 points of value there. And now he does have some defenders. But there are some mathematical like ideas like that. So I get the knight on f6, and then these three pieces attack the king. And so we kind of we eventually get that Kasparov idea where I get these three pieces really close to the king, and they're just usually there's some type of tactic that can work. So threatening mate, which he defends, the only move. And I didn't want to trade. Did somebody say that there was a tactic here? Rook h4 or something? Did somebody say that? Oh, maybe he meant here, rook h4. Oh, rook h4 there is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I missed rook h4. I mean, I didn't have much time, but rook h4 seems winning. Although that even if I trade these off, it's still a lot of work. But rook h4 is probably best here. Didn't see that. So avoided the queen trade. Again, avoided the queen trade. Yeah, it's too bad because I almost had knight h5 here. I had to calculate that out. But then he had king f. Oh my god, I could have done it anyways. Oh no. Oh shit. I could have done it. But then maybe my rook was hanging. Oh, my rook would be hanging. So knight h5, king h7. Yeah, my rook would hang. But still, I missed that his queen would be hanging. So yeah, I could take. Then I have check again. But that's not good for me. Okay. So set this up and then just kept pinning him because what else am I going to do? And then this knight is just so freakishly strong on f6 and just hook mates everywhere. Hook mates everywhere. So he needed to take my attack a bit more seriously. And how does he defend here, actually? He's dead, right? He's got no moves. No, he can maybe bring the queen back. Because my threat is to mate him on g8. But then he's losing the rook. Yeah, I think he might be dead here, which is ridiculous. He's dead, right? Vivek says king g7. No, but I'm taking the rook. Oh, but I keep forgetting about my rook. Yeah, okay. Keep forgetting about my rook. Okay, so if we do this, like blah, 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 and then we have a check. I might have a perpet there. No, maybe he goes king h6. Yeah, king h6, and I think he's safe. Tricky. Okay, but yeah, okay, let's look at that with the engine. Oh, the knight's come back, though. I like that. Not my favorite game of the night, though. My favorite game of the night is the Dutch. That's basically what it felt like. I mean, I obviously got lucky at the end. Okay, so I am curious about this. Yeah, A6 is apparently okay. So it's not a blunder. Yeah, this is actually a line. Yeah. What's amazing is that this is only minus 0.2. Wow. White's position is so nice, White can just afford to give up a pawn for nothing other than development, being ahead in development. But the best move, there's either f4 or bishop d4. No games in the master database. It's funny you say that, though, because it would be nice if I ever came up with an opening. That's kind of it's not on my wish list, but it would be nice, because you don't have to be a titled player to come up with an opening, right? So to create an opening named after yourself, that would be nice. But don't think that'll ever happen. I don't know. Never say never, but because everything I play is so boring, so I don't think that would happen. I don't play like speculative stuff. Yeah, so yeah, f4 or bishop d4. But apparently this is okay for black. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, my opponent played well here. So it didn't like this. It just wants me to hold, like, it's saying, Dizzy, stop crying, stop being a baby. You're down a pawn, big deal. Like, you're down a pawn, just, well, play it out. It's just a pawn. Stop crying. Stop overreacting. So it wants me to take on d5. And what would I be scared of here? I guess CD. And then it wants to sack the exchange. So it actually does want to sack the exchange, but with that little flavor enhancer. Wait, sorry. What am I missing here? It doesn't want to take the pawn. Oh, it wants to take on d5. And now it likes that version better. And the difference is I think it's harder for my knight to get into the attack. It's slower. Like it wants rook f1, but here apparently there's. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there's rook takes b3 because it's pinned, which is just dirty. But beyond that little tactical issue, there's moves like bishop f5. So the difference is if I trade on d5 first, I win a pawn for the exchange, and my knight gets in quicker. Okay. So that would have been the better version. So I guess he had two other ways to defend. So yeah, there's queen c5. I thought he couldn't defend this way. Oh, there's queen e7. Ah, there's queen e7. And queen f8? I thought this doesn't work. Oh, probably queen g7. Yeah, queen g7, of course. Of course. Okay, so he had multiple ways to defend there. Computer just wants to give up the queen trade, but I don't know. Honestly, I think my move is the better. It's a more pragmatic decision to keep the queens on, because I can't play. I can't just play this down the exchange with no queen. So I think this is a better move. Honestly, I honestly do. And yeah, again, avoiding it. Computer wants to give up the queen trade again, but I think the computer is wrong. It's probably one of the only times you can disagree with the computer, right? When you have to go, because I mean, if your opponent has 9, or let's say the opponent has 3 extra queens, just because the computer says that some move is like 2 center pawns better, or like 200 center pawns better, doesn't mean it's actually the best move. The best move is the one that's more likely to result in, a non-loss, right? So if there is a move where your opponent is up 3 queens, but you have a chance to like trick them for a stalemate or a checkmate, that's probably the better move, because you're not going to overcome being down 3 queens. So that's similar in this position. Like I shouldn't trade queens. I got to keep the queens on. Yeah, so then I bring in my knight, and it all worked out. So this was a huge blunder, allowing. Yeah, I don't know why he played this. I was protecting this, but very short-sighted, eh? He had other ways to deal with it. I'm not sure about bishop. A computer likes this, but isn't g4 a little scary? But oh no, sorry. He can just take here. But he should not have allowed knight f6. And I went queen. Apparently, queen h4 is the best move. So this doesn't work for multiple reasons. One is there's an exchange sack. And a four and what? And just to be happy, just to get back to exchange, period, and be happy with the extra 2 pawns. That's all there is. Or you can just go bishop f5 right away. Do g5 as well. So that's weird though. Who's doing that? It feels weird, right? Because my bishop isn't doing anything anyways. So I don't really understand that. So I did like queen h4. And it still wants him to sack the rook. I still don't understand that. I don't understand that. Because my bishop is pinned. So it feels so unnecessary. I really don't get it. Yeah, I don't get that. It seems completely unnecessary for black to do. Yeah, so here I was thinking knight h5. So this isn't actually the best move, surprisingly. Oh my God, how am I so blind? How am I so blind? I was protected. Oh man. So the reason it's not good is surprisingly he takes on h5. And the problem is I'm no longer down the exchange, but he's still up 2 pawns. So I can't really afford to trade anything, not even giving the exchange back. Still, that on paper, that's the best move. And this was a blunder. But it was only it was okay. This is fine. And then, yeah, he just hung mate. So, yeah, he had to go king g7. Apparently, he had bishop f5. Because he severs the connection of the rook protecting the knight. So after this ring around the rosy, the king can take on f6. And then there's the same thing. This will just transpose, I think. What if I take with the king? Well, he has time to play bishop f5 again, I think. Here, bishop f5. Yeah. Oh, and there's queen f4 too. Okay. Yeah, so I obviously got lucky there, but I'll take luck. Sometimes you need it. I'm going to end it there because I'm tired, and more importantly, my voice is completely strained. So I better rest it. Yeah, stupid medical issues. Hey, hopefully one day it gets better. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one. See you next time.